Hey everyone, welcome to Lost Connection Tarot. My name is Benjamin Snavely, and this is your daily meditative tarot reading for Friday, October 9th, 2020. Today I will be using the Thoth deck by Aleister Crowley, first deck I've ever bought. This will be a four card reading. We will look at the theme of the day, or its energy. Then we will look at the energy that we have the most control over, the energy we have the least control over. That way we just simply know where we should put our focus, our attention. And then finally, using right actions, right thought, right mind, right consciousness. If we focus on the energy that we have the most control over and then do right actions towards it, what is the most likely outcome we will see based on us doing those right actions. And if you don't know what right actions are, right mindset, it's basically not following your ego or not listening to fear, jealousy, anything like that. It's simply listening to your intuition, your gut feeling, listening to your heart, listening to your higher calling, so to speak. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started for Friday, October the 9th, 2020. This is for anyone listening, therefore it's a general reading, all signs of the zodiac. Okay, for Friday, October the 9th, 2020, for anyone listening, what is the theme of the day for Friday? What is the energy that we all have the most control over? What is the energy that we all have the least control over? And then finally, if we put right action into the energy that we have the most control over, what is the most likely outcome? All right, just give it another shuffle. Energy or theme of the day, most control, least control, and then most likely outcome if doing right actions. All right, theme of the day, most control, least control, and most likely outcome. Okay. So the energy of the day is the Princess of Cups in reverse. So cups represent our emotion, represent what we want to devote ourselves to, give our heart to, so on and so forth. And the princess would also be the knave, knave is knight, I take that back, would be the novice, the apprentice, the childlike, the beginning, the page of the court cards. And the princess, who is the page, would be earth, the sign of earth. So all pages are earth. And so here we have earth and water. And it's in reverse. So you can think of this childlike energy, this novice energy, this new energy, learning how to control their emotions, learning how to justify the way they feel. Now, they're not actually currently maybe controlling or learning how to control. They may just be experimenting. They may just be curious. They may push boundaries to see what will happen. Now, with it being the princess, that would be earth, so that would be practical matters. That would be being in your body, the idea of simply being straightforward, grounded, so on and so forth. So here we have someone who maybe isn't grounded with their emotions, who isn't being practical, who is being impractical. Maybe they're getting mad for no reason at all, but something didn't sit right with them, and they're gonna throw a fit. And that's just simply the energy of the day. Is you have this young person. It could be how we are feeling today. It could be what we're experiencing outside of ourselves. But the emotions are childlike, naive, a little bit immature, but also loving and giving, but simplistic. We're not deep yet. Still trying to grasp the depth of emotions and what it means and how to use it in our everyday life, right? How to think of our emotions when we're trying to get a job. Maybe we get too excited, or we see ourselves too far down, or we give ourselves too much trying to be a team player, right? And all of these things just show that what we're doing is we're listening to our emotions, and then we're being impractical with what we do on earth because we maybe don't know the weight of things. Maybe we haven't been burned yet. Maybe we just believe in the goodness of all people, and there's nothing wrong with that, right? But that's a little bit childlike. That's a person who has less experience, where they're not going to be a little bit more discerning, a little bit more careful and thoughtful with words, actions, and emotions, right? So this is more someone who wants to just be blunt with what they say, wants to share immediately a feeling of happiness or a feeling of sadness. And so this doesn't necessarily mean sadness. It just simply means your emotions are a little bit out of control and they're not grounded in practicality today. Again, this could be you, or this could be the energy around, right? This is the energy of the day. So maybe everybody that you interact with is a little bit impractical with their emotions today, a little bit imbalanced, so to speak. So that leads us to the energy that we have the most control over, and that's the Hierophant, also in reverse. Now the Hierophant is a major arcana card. It is, I believe, the fifth card. Yeah, it's the fifth card of the major arcana. So it's basically, you have the Fool, and then you have the Magician, then you have the High Priestess, then you have the Empress, then you have the Emperor, and then the Hierophant. So the Hierophant is society, is institutions that have already been put into place before you got here, and now their ideologies are in control. And the government and the system is already put in place, and now you have to abide by that system. But there's another way to look at it, and the Hierophant could also be your ability to walk your truth and show yourself as the Christ-like figure of your potential. And what I mean by that is, if you recognize your path and you recognize your message on the inside, if you start living that, you would be living in your truth. And by living in your truth would be holy. It would be a godsend. It would be something unique and something special. It would never be negative or bad, or anything that other people would not want, unless they simply are misunderstanding where you're coming from, and that can happen regardless, right? But think of Jesus. Jesus got killed, right? And all he did was speak his truth, his message. Whether you want to believe he was the Son of God or not, take away that fantastical story, and you have a man speaking his word, speaking his truth, and other people following because he is so wise beyond his years of the information that he has, and he simply is connected to himself. The kingdom of God lies within your own heart, and he is saying, like, all of your answers are within you, all of them are inside of you, and that is you. If you could be like Jesus, I'm not asking you to be a saint, I'm saying you would walk your truth and speak your truth, and then other people would see that, and they would say, oh man, look at this Buddha, look at this enlightened fellow who walks with such confidence and such grace. I wonder what he knows. And then you speak to them, and the person's humble, and they're generous, and they're funny, and they're charismatic, and they just seem so balanced and in place, and like, I want that. How do I get that? And you're like, teach me the ways of how to be so calm and serene regardless of what's going on in the world. And that's you just simply living your truth. And therefore you don't question anything, you're not indecisive, you don't get mad or have expectations or anything like that, and you're just living as a Christ-like or Buddha-like figure on earth. And therefore, you are kind of like heaven sent. And that would be the Hierophant, living righteously in the truth of knowing that you are more than human, right? So that's the other way to look at the Hierophant, besides just ideologies and systems in place that you have to trust and put faith in because they say, hey, this is the answer and this is the way, and you just need to follow along, right? You could also just listen to your own truth and say, this is the way, and walk your own path. Now, it's reversed today. And so what that means is that you are either too afraid, too apprehensive, or not hearing the right message to be able to be someone that walks their own path and other people want to emulate. Okay? So with the Hierophant reversed, I look at it as you are either trying to figure out your own message because you're saying, whoa, society's message does not vibe with my truth. Therefore, I'm going to go search for my own answer, right? That could be one possibility. Another possibility is you are not ready yet in your head or in your heart that to walk this truth because you are scared of the repercussions that may happen. I mean, Martin Luther King got killed. Jesus got killed. What other people who walked their truth and spoke with their truth and confidence were shunned? Socrates were shunned by society and killed simply because the world was not ready yet for their message, right? And maybe you have a message and you want to share it, but right now your fears are getting in the way and you are afraid of the repercussions. Therefore, you hide yourself from walking that truth and you stick or adhere to what has already been put in place. There could be that, because it's reversed, so you not walking and listening to your own path. Or if you want to look at the larger scheme, the idea that you are starting to recognize that the messages that you have been getting from society, from your parents, from your teachers, professors, from your friends, from your colleagues and your bosses is hypocritical. It's not vibing with you. Like it can take you so far and then it just dies intellectually and it doesn't resonate with you on the inside. And so you're starting to say, wait a second, there's something else out there. What is there? Okay? So that's the Hierophant reversed. And that is what you have the most control over. So whether it's you recognizing society is telling you a lie, all right, and you need to go search for your own truth, or you recognize your own truth and your own path, but you have yet found the inner strength to walk it because you're afraid of repercussions. Either of those things may be happening today, and you are in control of how you want to go about today and how you want to present who you are or who you want to listen to or how you interact with society. Now, the beautiful thing is that the thing that we have no control over is actually a lovely thing. It's the Ten of Cups. Satiety. Being satious. Satiation. Whatever the word is, it is having enough. Being content and full with all of the things that are filling your cup. So today, you are emotionally fulfilled, and you're so emotionally fulfilled that everything in your life is just connecting and clinging back and forth, and beautiful resonation and frequency is vibing, and everything is kind of like a nice beautiful spring day where it just feels like there's harmony. Right? Everybody in your family is just kind of humming along and playing their part and knowing what their role is. Everybody is giving. Everybody is listening. Everybody is helpful today and wanting to share, right? And that's what the Ten of Cups is the idea that you just feel confident and safe and secure, and you just feel good, and you're thankful and gracious for all that you have, and then you resonate that out, and then everybody gives that back to you tenfold. And that's the Ten of Cups. Not only are your cups filled, they're overflowing, and now you can actually go fill other people's cups too. So today is a great day to give, and to recognize blessings, and to be thankful for what we have. And we don't even have to do anything. This is just the vibe of the day, the thing that we have the least control over. Okay, everybody's in a chippy, happy, conducive, cooperative mood. Hell yeah, I'll take that. Because today was not like that, which was yesterday. But I'm doing this a day ahead for all you Americans. But all you Europeans and Asians and Australians and Africans, hopefully one day, if not today, you get to see this. And that's why I'm doing this the night before. Moving on. The thing that we have, if we put right action towards something, okay, then the most likely outcome is the Strength card in reverse. Now this is interesting, okay, because the Strength card is also a major arcana card, and this is the 11th card of the major arcana. Sometimes I've seen it as the 8th, and the Justice card and the Strength card kind of go back and forth. But in Aleister Crowley's Thoth, he has decided this is the 11th card of the major arcana. Now, strength means power, but it doesn't mean power with force. It means power in resonating a quiet strength. Stand tall and carry a big stick, or something like that, Teddy Roosevelt. It's the idea that you don't have to be belligerent. You don't have to be forceful or authoritative to have or to show strength, especially when it comes to ourself. When it comes to ourself, we kind of need to woo ourselves. We kind of need to be loving and gentle and be more like a mother who is unconditional and giving and forgiving and sympathetic and empathetic than a father who can stereotypically be conditional, like, I love you, but I need to see you do work. I need to see you clean your room. I need to see you do your homework. I need to see you, take care of these things. And of course, the dad loves. I mean, it's so stereotypical to say that he doesn't. But the idea of conditional and unconditional, let's just put that. Let's get away of stereotypes and gender roles. And let's just talk about conditional and unconditional love. And we want to make sure that there are not conditions on our love. Because when we are trying to have strength within ourselves, we need to know that we are on our side. And if we're not on our side, then who is on our side? And so we need to make sure that we are kind and gentle and also cautious of our spirit, which is the representative of the lion. And the lion knows its path and it knows where it wants to go. You have to be careful because you're going to walk the tail of the tiger. And you want to make sure that you balance correctly and don't go in too far or too much of any direction. It's the idea of being balanced in your passions, and you don't want to be too hot and you don't want to be too cold. You want to be just right, because if your equilibrium is off, right, then the tiger is going to bite you. And that's like your spirit pulling you back in and saying, oh, you're going to the wrong place. And then your life turns to shit because you were listening to your ego and you weren't listening to your spirit, your heart, your intuition, your gut feeling, right? You were listening to your fears. You were listening to your desires and this and that, but it wasn't what your heart desired. It's what your mind thought it wanted based on some standard that you were conditioned to previously, and you just simply were unaware of that. So this card is in reverse. So it's saying we don't have currently the strength to walk our path, or maybe we don't have the strength to actualize these philosophical endeavors or these intuitive understandings that we're starting to understand or receive from ourselves. So things are happening where society is crumbling before our eyes, and we're like, yeah, this is not the truth, but I'm not sure what is. But you don't have the strength to listen to yourself because maybe you're too far into your head, and that's a killer right there. If you have your head in control and you don't know how to control your head, you're in for some pain. And there are ways to take back control. So I just need you to recognize that the strength card is in reverse today. And so even though you have the most control over the Hierophant, it seems like your most likely outcome is you're not going to find that strength from within that you're looking for to boldly assert your truth or to boldly claim to society or gender roles or social conditioning or ideologies or whatever that's false and I can't follow that anymore, right? It's like Losing My Religion by REM, right? I'm losing my religion. And that's so hard to do. I mean, I remember when I questioned my own religion when I was like 16, 17 years old. I thought God was going to throw thunderbolts at me and strike me with lightning, kind of like what Zeus was. I literally thought that was going to happen. And over time, I realized it wasn't. I mean, we do technically have free will, but I digress. What I need you to recognize is today may not be the day. You're a little bit naive in your emotions. You're a little bit immature. You're not being practical. You're not being grounded. You're more curious with what your emotions are doing than trying to control them or understanding them. You may not even recognize that you can control all of this, and you can control your life as well, and you can control where it goes. For the most part, not everything we have control over, because obviously if you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans, right? Plans only work so much and so far, so we have to be adaptable and we have to change with conditions. So today is a day of kind of understanding our truth, and you're not going to probably understand it. You're not going to have the strength to walk it. You're not going to have the strength to speak it to others, and therefore you may think things are wrong with society, but you don't know how to say it. You don't know how to stand your ground, and that's because you're learning how to control your emotions. You're learning how to understand all of this new information that you're receiving, but it doesn't matter. Okay, because this is just one day in multitude days of your journey. Just this is day 10, day 1 million, day whatever, but you got so many more to go, right? Either way, everybody's happy today. So just enjoy that, okay? You don't even have to worry about this. People are just going to be happy. You may be on your inside dealing with your own internal issues, and that's okay. Everybody else is having a good day. Vibe with them. Join in on them. Okay? Don't worry about your emotions and not having control of them. Don't worry about you not having the strength yet to speak your truth or to walk it, so to speak. Okay? Or even if you recognize society is lying to you and you don't believe in ideologies anymore, but you don't know what you believe in. Therefore, how can I walk in my truth if I don't know my truth? I just know this isn't right. That's fine. Just enjoy the day. Okay? Just enjoy the day and recognize this is the energy of the day, and you have a whole nother day to try again. Okay, so let's look at the numbers and see what we got. We have the 10, and then we have a court card with the princess. That says 1, so 10 and 1 is 11. Then we have the 11th card, strength card. So 11 and 11 is 22, and then 5, the Hierophant. 22 and 5 is 27. 7, and 2 and 7 is 9, and 9 is all about spirituality and completion. So you are going through a portal of understanding, and this is the last kind of like hoorah before you get to the next stage. So you're almost there to the next stage where you can start all over again, but with new experience on a higher level of understanding and comprehension. And this is going to be until you die. So get used to it. You think you know everything? Just wait a couple of years, especially if you're trying to grow and mentally be better every single day, and trying to understand and control your actions, your life, and your responses to everything. It's a daily struggle, and we will mess up on a daily basis, but that's okay, because it's all about love, forgiveness, and getting back every single day to try again. So with the 9, focus on your what you have faith in. Focus on what you care about. What is it that you care about? What do you have faith in? Okay, what have you gone through, and what are you now at an end stage, in a completed stage, and you're about to move to the next level? Kind of take stock of everything today. You don't have to worry about other people, because everybody's in a good mood. So today is all about us and our own emotions, and understanding all of the things that are coming up within us, and all of the thoughts that we have towards the outside world, while us trying to comprehend the vast amount of data and information that is slowly bubbling up within us. Okay, it's a day of comprehension and understanding, and simply just letting things be. Okay, so my name is Benjamin Snavely. This is Lost Connection Tarot. If you like what you heard, please hit like, please subscribe, hit the bell so you can know when new content is coming out. If you would like a private reading, I offer private readings. You can find my calendar on my YouTube homepage. If you want different content, you can go to my Facebook community or my Instagram feed, which is both Lost Connection Tarot. I hope to see you when I see you. Have a great day.